So it's been almost 2 months now since CM Punk decided to pick up his ball and go home and leave the WWE, just as we were beginning to enter the road to WrestleMania. And I guess the big question I have for you is, do you still want CM Punk back? And if so, why? I I hope all of you understand now that this was not just some great big intricate work by CM Punk and the WWE trying to outflank everybody and catch everybody by surprise. This is real. This is legit. You might sit there and say, well, Slick Daddy, you don't know the entire story and da da da. Well, you don't know the entire story either. But I think by this point in time, we're talking about 2 months have elapsed on the road to WrestleMania, where WrestleMania is only about 2.5 weeks away. I think it is very safe to say that we should know by now that CM Punk leaving the WWE is legit. And it's time to accept it. You know, and it's one of these things that I get the frustration of a lot of you that really like CM Punk. And for a lot of you, he might have been your favorite wrestler in the WWE and might have been one of your few reasons to even still continue to watch the WWE product. And I get the complaints of a lot of you about the WWE and their treatment of CM Punk. I would even get and understand why a CM Punk would start to become disenfranchised by the WWE. But let's not get it twisted here. It's not like CM Punk was treated that terribly by the WWE. This is a guy, mind you, that over the past couple of years got to work with people such as The Undertaker, The Rock, Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Daniel Bryan, Triple H, Chris Jericho, who they specifically brought back to work a program with him heading into WrestleMania 28. He wasn't treated that poorly, especially compared to a lot of other people. See somebody like a Dolph Ziggler. This is the same CM Punk that has had the longest reigning WWE Championship title run in the modern era. 434 days. God, I bet a lot of people on that roster wish they were treated that poorly. This is a guy whose body was all broken down and hurt, and he needed time off after WrestleMania 29. And keep in mind, the WWE gave it to him. This is a guy that wants to sit there and bitch and complain and be upset about the fact that he wasn't in a main event, supposedly, at WrestleMania 30 because he fell. You earned that right? Well, when he was a 434-day champion, it sure didn't seem to bother him when he was even sitting there and saying, oh, it doesn't matter if I go on last or not as the champion. I'm still the champion, and I can still be the main event. No, dumb dick! In the WWE, the only main event match on a pay-per-view, according to the WWE's history, is the last match on the card. And CM Punk damn good and well knows this. And all of you out there damn well good and know this too. And all of you that sat there and fed off of that bullshit line back in 2012, shame on you because you knew better. I was sitting here telling you that it was a mediocre mid-card world championship reign. Oh no, it's CM Punk. He got the best stuff and he's doing the best stuff and he is the best match on the card and that makes him a main eventer. No, it doesn't, because even CM Punk supposedly is pissed about the fact that he was going to work with Triple H at WrestleMania 30 and therefore not get a main event for himself. And some of you sit there and say, well, he was mad about Batista. I'm sure he was. Oh, he wanted a Daniel Bryan. No, he didn't give a fuck about Daniel Bryan. That might be his friend. He might have a tremendous amount of respect for him. But in that type of business, you are taught first and foremost to take care of yourself, just like you should in the real business world. Because ultimately, it's about making yourself as much juice, as much money as you possibly can. And that's a fact. CM Punk didn't give a shit who else was in the main event of WrestleMania 30. He wanted to be in that spot. And I'm not saying he didn't have a legit gripe about being there. But I find it funny all of a sudden now that now he has these huge problems with the creative direction of the company, and he's mad that he wasn't main eventing. You know, CM Punk, to me, in a lot of ways, comes across as a very big hypocrite, both the character and the man. Because this is a guy that was supposed to be this great agent of change. He was going to be the voice of the voiceless. And the only change he brought, and the only thing he was a voice for, was whining and bitching to get a better position and a better spot on the card, as he should have done, to help out his hashtag ass pocket. CM Punk was no agent of change of anything. What he did was he knew what his following was about, and he knew how to take that, utilize it for his own gain and benefit, manipulate you, work you, which is what his job is to do, and then profit off of it. And I applaud CM Punk for doing that because that's exactly what the fuck he did. And now in 2014, when you have a guy who blatantly walked out on a company while he was still under contract, who has failed to fulfill his contractually obligated obligations, you still find ways to defend him. And you still want him back. Or it seems like a lot of you want him back. Why? This whole hijack Raw bullshit back on March 3rd when we were going to the old Rosemont Horizon, the Allstate Arena there in Rosemont, Illinois, the Chicagoland area. You know, keep in mind that a lot of you were going to hijack a show because you wanted to lash out and you wanted to chant for CM Punk. Again, you stupid fuck. CM Punk is the one that ultimately decided to walk out. You can sit there and say, well, what he did was this and what he stood for was this. No, what he stood for was CM Punk was pissed off and he was worn down and he was frustrated and he wanted to go home. Chanting at the WWE when they didn't fire him changes nothing. And in fact, a lot of you stupid idiots that were a part of that went to that show, bought your tickets probably weeks and months in advance, thinking that, oh, CM Punk is going to be there and that's why I bought my tickets. So you go to hijack a show when you paid for tickets to see somebody that decided himself that he wasn't going to be there. Think about that for a second. This is the type of respect and love that a CM Punk has for you, the fans, that have helped pay his salary and helped make him a very wealthy man over the past couple of years, helped make him the #2 merchandise seller in the WWE, helped make him a top guy in the WWE. You guys that supported him plunked down money and bought his merch and bought these tickets. You guys go to support him for him not to show up, for him to turn his back on you. I call bullshit on that. Don't sit there and defend him for that garbage. It's garbage. He should have fulfilled his obligations to you, the fans. Period. You bought tickets in large part, especially there in Chicago area, to go see CM Punk. And then he decided not to show up. And to me, the ultimate in terms of who gives a fuck if this guy comes back, the WWE doesn't need him, is two things. Number one, CM Punk leaves, Daniel Bryan steps up in his place and frankly is doing a better job than CM Punk ever did. And that's the truth of the matter. Daniel Bryan is the most unanimously over with the live event audience babyface the WWE has had in quite some time. He's transcended past what a CM Punk could ever do. Now Daniel Bryan has moved up because CM Punk is gone, and he's getting that push. And now he's the #2 merchandise seller. And now he's generating some nice ratings. And now he is creating an environment that even a CM Punk could only dream to create for the live audience. Daniel Bryan's doing better than CM Punk ever has. And as a result, that's why Daniel Bryan might very well get a shot at main eventing WrestleMania 30, something CM Punk was never going to do. Never mind the fact that part of the reason maybe that the WWE didn't want to put CM Punk in a main event spot is because they knew he had the mentality almost of the IWC. Arrive, bitch, repeat. They had this fear that it might go to arrive, bitch, repeat, then leave. Why would they sit there and give this guy a main event spot if he still was going to be bitching about it, if he still wasn't going to be happy about it, and if ultimately he was just going to pick up his ball and go home at the end of his contract in July anyways? Well, he just did it 6 months earlier here. And Daniel Bryan, he's there. He's much more likable, in my opinion. I think he respects people more. He's better to the fans. He's more unselfish than a CM Punk is. And the bottom line is, frankly, I'll say it, hell yeah, he's just fucking better, period. So why would you care if a CM Punk came back? Why would you even want a CM Punk to come back? Because Daniel Bryan's doing stuff that CM Punk could only dream of. And that's the truth. And number two, a CM Punk is so worn down, he's so broken down, he's so tired, and he just can't take it anymore. Where a lot of the people that bought tickets during this road to WrestleMania, maybe in part to go see a CM Punk, he doesn't believe that you deserve the right to get what you paid for. He doesn't believe that you deserve to see him or hear from him or at least have the opportunity for him to explain himself and his actions, especially to his hometown area crowd. But yeah, he could go fly his happy little Phil Brooks ass out to LA to appear on The Talking Dead. If that doesn't tell you what little respect he has for you as professional wrestling fans, if that doesn't tell you how little he cares about you and how little he values you and your money and the fact that you've spent a lot of money on him over the years to make him a wealthy man, then I don't know what ever will. To me personally, if a guy doesn't like you and a guy disrespects you repeatedly, why in the fuck would you continue to support him? And that's exactly what CM Punk has done. To me, even the most ardent CM Punk fans should be like, you know what? He could sit there and go to LA or wherever the hell to go be on the Talking Dead, but he can't sit there and address what he's done. He can't sit there and at least appear in front of his hometown crowd in the Chicagoland area to at least make an appearance, at least say thank you to the fans, and none of that bullshit. To me, that's the point in time you should be done with the CM Punk. I'm tired of people making excuses for him. I'm tired of people defending him. The bottom line is CM Punk comes across as a whiny, petulant brat child. It's the type of behavior that you would blast me or anybody else that comes on here on the internet and talks about professional wrestling for doing and having that type of behavior and mentality and mindset. But damn it all, CM Punk's got the same freaking mindset and mentality. Where the fuck do you think we're learning it from? Arrive, bitch, repeat, and then leave. And then do it all over again. Arrive, bitch, repeat, leave. That's what CM Punk's life mantra apparently is. Personally, I don't give a fuck if CM Punk ever comes back. I don't think the WWE's missing out on that much. And I really honestly don't think that you as fans are missing out on all that much. You've got Daniel Bryan about to become a big-time star. You've got young talents like a Bray Wyatt, a Roman Reigns, a Seth Rollins, a Dean Ambrose trying to become big-time stars. Guys that busted their ass over the years with a good attitude like an Antonio Cesaro trying to become a big-time star. Instead of chanting for a bum that walked out on you and thought it was more important to appear on a stupid Talking Dead show than appear in front of his hometown fans to at least tell them thank you and goodbye. Why not cheer for the people that are still there? Why not throw your support behind those guys that are working hard, that are busting their asses, that respect you more as fans and value you more as fans to the point where they actually show up? Get behind those guys. Fuck the bum that doesn't love you anymore. Fuck the bum that walked out on you. You miss CM Punk? You want him back? Again, I'll ask the question. Why? To hell with him. As far as I'm concerned, we're all better off without him. He's better off being able to go relax. He looked healthier on that Talking Dead appearance. He seemed happy, seemed healthier. He wants to go enjoy his life. Go let him enjoy his life. Fuck him. WWE doesn't need him back. And I promise you, as time goes along, more and more, you'll realize that you don't need him back either.